Over the years, The Simpsons has produced 673 episodes and 31 seasons. The show has become the longest-running primetime TV series. It even beat out Gunsmoke, which aired for 20 years. Almost everyone is familiar with the iconic Yellow Skin family and has seen at least one episode of the show. With so many different storylines and jokes being written over the years, it was inevitable that a few of the things in the long-running cartoon would actually happen in real life. But The Simpsons has predicted such an unusually large number of events that some people think that the show's creator, Matt Groening, is either psychic or is getting some sort of inside knowledge from somewhere. Here are 15 times The Simpsons predicted the future. You're going to want to stick around until the end of the video because the number one entry is shocking. 15. Tomoko, Season 11, Episode 5, E-I-E-I Annoyed Grunt, like E-I-E-I Dope, aired in 1999. While living on the family farm, Homer tries to grow various crops and nothing works. Then he accidentally mixes tomato and tobacco seeds with just a little nuclear waste, resulting in tomako plants. It didn't taste good but was highly addictive. Then, in 2003, a Simpsons fan from Oregon named Rob Barr created his own tomako plant by splicing a tomato plant with a tobacco root. Some of the show's creators and writers were so amused that they went to Oregon to try a bite of the plant's fruit for themselves. Unsurprisingly, they didn't like how it tasted. 14. Voting Machine Malfunction, Season 20, Episode 4, Treehouse of Horror, 19, was aired in 2008. In a short segment on the show's annual Halloween special, Homer is seen trying to use an electronic voting machine to try to cast his vote for Barack Obama. The machine instead enters a vote for John McCain repeatedly. 4 years later, during Obama's second run for president, a video emerged from Pennsylvania of an electronic voting machine doing the same thing, except for it was Mitt Romney that the machine changed the votes to. 13. Lady Gaga's Halftime Show, Season 23, Episode 22, Lisa Goes Gaga, aired in 2012. Okay, it probably wasn't that hard to predict that pop megastar Lady Gaga would perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, but hear us out. Instead, The Simpsons predicted her doing a performance where she was flying around, suspended above the residents of Springfield in a shining silver costume. Just 5 years later at Super Bowl 51, Gaga's performance and costume almost exactly mirrored the one depicted on The Simpsons. 12. Siegfried and Roy Tiger Attack, Season 5, Episode 10, Springfield or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Gambling, aired in 1993. The plot revolves around billionaire Monty Burns building a casino in Springfield, and there are tons of Las Vegas references throughout the episode. The magical duo are referred to as Gunter and Ernst, rather than flat out calling them Siegfried and Roy on the show. In the episode, the pair are attacked by a white tiger while they're performing at the casino. Roy Horn was performing in similar fashion in 2003 when he held a microphone to a 7-year-old tiger's mouth and requested that he say hello to the crowd. Instead, he got viciously attacked by the tiger. Roy survived the attack and the complications from it, but was left with lifelong damage. 11. Daenerys Plot Twist, Season 29, Episode 1, The Surfsons, aired in 2017. The Surfsons was an episode where the cartoon family lived in the fictional kingdom of Springfieldia. A lot of aspects from this episode mirrored of parodied things from Game of Thrones. It seems pretty likely to us that some of the staff and writers on The Simpsons are fans of Game of Thrones. The episode seems to have predicted the now famous plot twist where Daenerys basically kills everyone with a dragon. Homer is seen to revive a dragon, which then completely obliterates the village, in eerily similar fashion to what happened to King's Landing on Game of Thrones. 10. NSA's Spying Scandal. The Simpsons movie was released in 2007. In the movie, the family is undercover and on the run after they escape the EPA's prison dome over the city. At one point while they're on a train and Lisa is worried about getting busted, Marge comforts her by saying, "It's not like the government is listening to everybody's conversations." Then there's a shot of rows upon rows of computers and NSA employees that are listening and watching people, including Lisa and Marge's conversation. This came to be true in 2013, almost 7 years after the movies, when whistleblower and former CIA employee Edward Snowden revealed the depth of the NSA's surveillance program and how it was being used on the American people. 9. Kobe Bryant. Season 4, Episode 21, Marge in Chains, aired in 1993. People are saying that The Simpsons predicted that Kobe Bryant would die, and indicated how with eerily accurate detail. In the episode, there's a news segment in which the helicopter reporter says that a street seems to be going around and around and around and around, and then proceeds to get sick. Fans are pointing out that Kobe's helicopter circled around for 12 minutes before changing course and crashing. This may be a little bit of a far-fetched story, but the clip is still chilling when viewed with this knowledge. 8. Trump. Season 11, Episode 17, Bart to the Future, aired in 2000. Many people were shocked and horrified when businessman Donald Trump won the presidential election in 2016. But we're betting that writers for The Simpsons weren't surprised at all, because they predicted it 16 years earlier. The episode flashes us forward to Bart's adulthood, where Lisa is president. We find out that Lisa's administration has inherited quite the budget crunch from the previous president, Donald Trump. This episode is only the second instance of a futuristic setting on The Simpsons, and both episodes have made accurate predictions about the future. It's also interesting to note the budget crunch statement, given the current nature of the nation's economy. 7. U.S. defeating Sweden at the Olympics. Season 21, Episode 12, Boy Meets Curl, aired in 2010. It's one thing to predict a generalized sweeping victory, but The Simpsons predicted in which sport we would win and against which country. In the episode, Marge and Homer are in an Olympic curling match against a team from Sweden, which they defeat. 8 years later, in 2018, the episode's prediction came true, and the US beat Sweden and won the Olympic gold medal in curling during the Winter Games in Pyeongchang. 6. Disney-Fox merger. Season 10, Episode 5, When You Dish Upon a Star, first aired in 1998. In one shot, the 20th Century Fox logo that we all know is shown, but under it are the words, "A division of Walt Disney Company." In December 2017, Disney bought 20th Century Fox for somewhere around $52.4 billion. Along with the film studio, Disney acquired TV shows and movie franchises, such as The Simpsons. 5. Technology. Season 6, Episode 8, Lisa on Ice, 1994, and Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa's Wedding, 1995. Simpsons has made several predictions when it comes to technological advancements. The first was the prediction of autocorrect fails. In Lisa on Ice, two of Springfield Elementary's resident bullies, Kearney and Dolph, try to take a memo that says "Beat up Martin," but the text quickly changes to "Eat up Martha." In the 1995 episode Lisa's Wedding, Lisa's fiance uses a watch that could be used as a phone, very similarly to the smartwatches we were introduced to 20 years late. That same episode depicts Lisa and Marge using a phone's video chat features 15 years before Apple introduced them. It's interesting that the Lisa's Wedding episode is the first in which the plot is set in the future, and yet it made two accurate predictions. 4. Higgs boson particle. Season 10, Episode 2, Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, first aired in 1998. If you are unfamiliar with the Higgs boson particle, or the God particle, it was confirmed to exist in 2012. It's the particle that essentially explains how everything in our universe has mass. Dr. Simon Singh, who wrote The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets, says that Homer calculated its existence in 1998. During this episode, Homer was trying to become an inventor, and can be seen standing in front of a complicated equation scrawled on a blackboard. Singh says that if you work the equation out, it's only slightly more than the actual mass of a Higgs boson particle. It's quite amusing that Homer's character is said to discover this scientific breakthrough, as he is generally portrayed as a bumbling oaf. 3. Ebola outbreak of 2014. Season 9, Episode 3, Lisa's Sax, aired in 1997. In this episode, Bart got sick and Marge offers to read a book to him. The one she held up was titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. In both 2014, there was a massive outbreak of the virus that swept through Africa and other parts of the world. It can be said that the Ebola virus was discovered in the 1970s, but it wasn't widespread. However, in 2016, around 30,000 cases were noted in West Africa alone. It seems like The Simpsons predicted that, rather than just used a random virus for their gag. 2. Super Bowl winners. In an episode titled Lisa the Greek from 1992, Homer finds that Lisa has the uncanny ability to predict the outcome of football games, and he exploits it. Once she finds out, she predicts that if the Washington Redskins wins the Super Bowl, she loves him. But if the Buffalo Bills win, she doesn't. Of course, the Redskins won. But in an interesting turn of events, the Redskins actually did win Super Bowl 26 a few days after the episode's first airing. The episode was re-aired before Super Bowl 27 and edited to say Dallas Cowboys instead of Washington Redskins, as the Cowboys were set to play the Buffalo Bills. Again, the Cowboys won on both the cartoon and in real life. The same teams were set to play the Super Bowl again the next year. Fox re-aired the edited version of the episode, and again Dallas won. Not only did the show predict the Super Bowl outcome 3 years in a row, it's been edited and re-aired several times, and each time, The Simpsons predicts the victor. 1. All of 2020. Season 4, Episode 21, Marge in Chains, first aired in 1993. 2020 has been a crazy year. First, we developed a viral pandemic. There's been a massive outcry for a vaccine. Then we had a murder hornet scare. No one could have predicted all these crazy events, right? Wrong. In this episode, a flu pandemic from China called the Osaka flu hits the town, and residents of Springfield riot, demanding a vaccine. And while all of that's going on, a swarm of killer bees happen. Co-writer of the show, Bill Oakley, said that this was just a coincidence. But if that episode was simply coincidence, it was one heck of a coincidence. That's it for this list. Did you find any of the entries shocking? Which one was the eeriest for you? Comment below and let us know. We hope you enjoyed 15 times The Simpsons predicted the future. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more top 5 awesome content.